Hey everyone, let's talk about a huge challenge that so many organizations are facing right now. How do you take all the amazing promise of AI and actually get it working at a massive enterprise scale without getting totally lost in a technical maze? We're going to explore how something called a platform as a service, or PaaS, can really clear the path. Let's dive in. So here's our game plan. First, we'll walk through what I call the enterprise AI maze, and I'm guessing this will feel pretty familiar to a lot of you. Then, we'll talk about the platform solution that acts as our guide. After that, we'll get concrete with a real-world example, Microsoft Foundry, and break down what it means for the folks building the AI and for the teams who have to keep it all running smoothly.
All right, let's start with a feeling that I think we can all relate to: the sheer, overwhelming complexity of trying to scale an AI project.
Does this feel about right? You've got this brilliant idea, maybe even a great proof of concept running on a laptop. But the moment you try to turn it into a secure, scalable, production-ready application, it feels like you're just wandering through an endless labyrinth. Trust me, you are not alone in feeling this way.
And this is exactly why it feels like a maze. I mean, look at these common hurdles. Your best people are wrestling with infrastructure when they should be building. You're trying to juggle a dozen different tools that don't talk to each other. That gap between a cool demo and a real-world product can feel like a canyon you have to jump over. And on top of all that, you're constantly worried about keeping everything secure and compliant. It's just exhausting.
Okay, but what if there was a better way? What if you could build a better foundation from the start? Let's talk about the solution that can basically pave a highway right through that maze. And that solution is this idea: platform as a service, or PaaS. So what is it really? Well, think of it as a complete environment that just handles all the messy infrastructure stuff for you. It abstracts it all away. The servers, the networking, the scaling, it's all managed, so your teams can get back to focusing on what truly matters: building great applications.
This comparison just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way. It's a constant, painful struggle of managing hardware, configuring services, patching things. It's a huge time sink. But on the right, the PaaS way, it completely flips the script. All of your team's brainpower is suddenly focused on your application, your AI models, and the business logic that actually creates value. It's a fundamental shift in where you spend your time.
This right here, this should be the new mantra for any team building with AI. Focus on logic, not infrastructure. Because honestly, every single minute your team spends worrying about infrastructure is a minute they're not spending on innovation. A PaaS helps you reclaim that time.
All right, theory is great, but let's make this real. We're going to take a look inside a specific example: Microsoft Foundry, which is a unified PaaS built from the ground up for enterprise AI.
So at its core, Foundry is the embodiment of this whole PaaS idea. It's a single unified platform running on Azure that gives you all the power of production-grade infrastructure, but it's wrapped in these really friendly, easy-to-use interfaces. You kind of get the best of both worlds.
So what does a platform like this actually mean for the people in the trenches, the model builders, the app developers? Let's walk through how Foundry supports their entire workflow, from beginning to end. See, a real AI PaaS isn't just one piece of the puzzle. It supports the whole lifecycle. It all starts with defining your goal and exploring a catalog of models to see what fits. From there, you can build and customize, fine-tuning those models and grounding them with your own proprietary data. And once it's running, you can observe and improve, using built-in tools to trace, debug, and evaluate how it's all performing. It's a smooth, connected flow.
And how do your developers actually use this thing? Well, it meets them right where they work. If they love Python, C#, or JavaScript, there are SDKs ready to go. If they live inside their IDE, there's a VS Code extension. And of course, for anyone who wants a more visual workflow, there's a web portal. It's all about choice and flexibility.
Okay, but what about the other side of the coin? Let's talk about the enterprise operations and IT teams. For them, a powerful new platform can sometimes sound like a recipe for chaos. But a good PaaS is actually designed to make their lives easier too. For the ops teams, the magic word is guardrails. Instead of this Wild West where every AI project is its own disconnected island, Foundry provides a structured, governed environment. It gives you the control and security you absolutely need to run AI safely and efficiently across the entire company. And this table really breaks down the benefits of that unified approach. Instead of juggling access permissions across a dozen tools, you have one single system for role-based access control. Done.
Instead of a tangled mess of network policies, you get unified policies under one clean namespace. Monitoring isn't an afterthought you have to bolt on. It's just there, built in. All your resources, agents, models, tools are centralized. This is a huge simplification for any ops team.
A perfect practical example of this is the idea of projects. You can bundle up all the work for one initiative into its own secure project. This makes it super easy for teams to collaborate, but it also makes sure that data is properly isolated, which is a massive win for security and compliance. And really, that's what it all comes down to in the end. It's about this number, 1. One unified platform, one clear path to take you all the way from that first spark of an idea to a fully scaled, secure, and monitored application running in production. It replaces that confusing maze with a single, straightforward road.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When your smartest people are finally freed from all that infrastructure complexity and the path from idea to production is clear and simple, what could your organization really create? What becomes possible when the limits are gone? Thanks for watching.